John Kovach, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We are at the Garden State's Prospects Wrestling Camp at St. Joseph High School in Metuchen. I'm sitting down with Joe Gallagher. He's the head coach at Red Bank Catholic. Coach, you and I were talking in the gym with the mats. You got a smorgasbord of young talent out there.
There's some really, really good young kids. It's funny, over the years, you learn about these kids as they become state champions. These kids are so good, so young now. They're almost household names, but they're 5th and 6th grade. So there's kids, and my boys are all a freshman and a sophomore in high school, and they know a lot of these guys from being around. I looked out on that mat when they were just doing laps, and you have probably 20 podium guys, freshman or sophomore year in high school.
Has to make this one of the premier gatherings of young wrestling talent in this area.
No doubt. Last year when Kyle put this together and CBA hosted it, and they were gracious enough to ask us to come and speak to the boys, I looked around that room and I thought there's no way there's going to be another room anywhere in the country with this much good talent in it. And they did a great job.
What does that say about the health of wrestling as a sport in the state of New Jersey?
It's like, as being part of the wrestling community for a long time, over almost 20 years now in Jersey, it's been great. And it's been growing. Even when it was slowing in other places, it's been growing here for a while. Right now, I think it's got to be a high point, one of the highest points I've seen in my 20 years, especially with the youth wrestling. And the talent and the quality of the youth wrestling is pretty incredible. So I think right now, for this many kids, this many good quality kids to come to a camp like this, it says quite a bit.
What are you, as the head coach of a high school, looking for at an event such as this?
You know, we come more just to get the brand name out there. We're a little bit different, that we're not that offensive when it comes to calling people. We'll return calls, but there's enough really good quality people that are interested that really keeps us busy. The biggest thing for us, everybody wants great wrestlers, but we're looking for the right fit, the right people. And they're really team-oriented guys who are the hardest workers in the room. And down there, I don't think you can pick the hardest worker in the room. Every kid down there is a grinder. So you couldn't go wrong with any one of those kids down there.
Do we see a lot of crossover with the younger kids where they're also doing other sports as well?
That's a great question. It's so different now. And I think you see it in a lot of sports. There's a lot of focus. It's right for some people. Personally, I like people doing multiple sports, especially as a young kid. You stay healthier longer. But injuries are a big thing, but also you get a different cross-section of friends. You get different coach experiences, exposure. Right now, I think you'll have more than I've seen, wrestling-focused kids than I've seen probably in 20 years. But there's good and bad to that.
As you said, you've got sons wrestling. They already know some of these younger kids who are coming up from clubs and whatnot?
Yeah, and that's the big thing too. The club scene in the last 20 years has changed, in the last 10 years. And the popularity of the clubs, you could be, even 15, 20 years ago, as an upperweight guy, you could be an in-season wrestler and have success. Not that you can't, you have to be an absolute freak stud athlete to do that, because the club scene, there's really not many successful wrestlers at the high school level. They're not clubbing all year round. So club scene is a big part of why they know everybody, because you see everybody at the club all year long.
Do you see an advantage in technical skill from between the kids who attend a camp such as this and the kids who don't?
I do. And it comes down to what club you're going to, who you're working with, and your focus too. Because there are kids that go to clubs and go to clubs. There's other kids go to club with a mission, something they want to work with. And there's so many really good club coaches out there. I mean, I'm not going to single them out, but Triumph is where we go. Triumph's been tremendous. What they do with the neutral game, it's known for that too. Kids come in, they need to get their neutral game better, their shot better. I want to say they work magic, but they've done some incredible things. Now, I'm sure Thing's another great one, do a really good job. But the kids technically who really go to club and specifically work with coaches to get better, there's a night and day difference to the kids who don't go to club.
Coach Joe Gallagher, Red Bank Catholic, thanks for joining us on GardenStateHSWrestling.com.